Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to show you how to make a Z-fold card and a double Z-fold card. Here we have a sample of a Z-fold card base. And this is an example of a double Z-fold card. This particular card was made using the Stamps Alive stamp set. We're going to start by showing you how to create that Z card base. Here I have a half of an 8.5 by 11 sheet, which I'm going to start by folding in half. Get a good score line, and then I'm going to fold the top of this card in half again. And using my folder, get another solid fold. And there we go ahead and make the letter Z, hence the name. I'm going to go ahead and create a card with you today using this card. I did want to put some color into this. As you can see, it's going to be an underwater scene a little bit later. So I used this, what looked like fish scale paper to me, pattern paper, and I just cut that down with a little 1/4 inch surrounding. And I'm going ahead and gluing that to the 3 separate pieces of the card. And there we go. I'm using today My Favorite Things clear stamp set. I did already pre-dye, color, and cut a number of the images that I'm going to use, but I did save one to do with you on the video, and that's the shark that you see here. I am using Chameleon pens, which if you haven't used these yet, for me, I'm still learning. They're a little difficult to learn how to do, but right now I'm using the Sky Blue Chameleon, and I'm outlining the shark and his different attributes. And then I'm going to come in and use the color blending to give him some shading along his whole body. These pens are pretty awesome. I got those for a gift. Like I said, I'm still learning how to use them, but they are something fun for both me and some others in my family to try to use and get used to doing. It's really hard to see on this video, this sample, and what this really looks like, but they do a really nice job shading. You can kind of see it a little bit in the crab and the orange starfish. I do see it on the shark a little bit as well, but it is hard to capture in the video the shading effect that it does create. And then I did, after I got him colored, I did come in with my blender just to blend the outline that we originally did with full color, and then the inside where we lightened it a little bit, but just to create that whole effect of that shark. And for Mother's Day this past Sunday, I actually got this little baby Sizzix die cutting machine. So it was nice not to have to pull out the big guy just to cut this one little die. So thank you to my family for this die cutting machine for Mother's Day. It made things a little bit easier. So we'll just cut out that shark and then put him with the rest of our pieces to adhere to our card. All right, so as you can tell, I'm going with an underwater theme here for this entire card. So I'm going to grab my glue. I would highly recommend, if you're going to work with small pieces like this, that you maybe use adhesive sheets or something like that on some of the paper that you're cutting out. It would probably make it a lot easier to adhere those that are already sticky, or a sticker machine or whatever you might have. The glue worked as well, but getting glue and adhesive onto the back of those little pieces is difficult. So I'm really going to speed up this part here. So if it looks a little jumpy, that's why. But really what I'm doing is just taking all the pieces and creating this underwater scene. I glued them down in various parts of the card, making sure that I wasn't putting anything over the folds where the card is going to fold. And then I also use pop dots to pop up a number of the things just because I like that look on cards. So we'll adhere our little crab, and I did pop him up on that middle section of the card. Now when that card is closed, you're not going to see that middle section, but when you open it up, I wanted the entire thing to have pieces on it. So I did dress up all 3 parts of the Z folded card. We'll put the last couple of pieces on here. And I popped up a lot of those pieces that went along the bottom. There we have our sea base all done, and then we'll add our creatures up top. As you can see, I put the shark just a little bit behind some of the seaweed that was floating up there, and I wanted to do the same thing with the octopus. It was already, my seaweed was already down a little bit, so I had to just go in and lift that up a little bit. And again, I had to make sure with the octopus that it wasn't on those fold lines. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and pull my stamp set out again. I do need a sentiment to go on this card. There were a handful of sentiments that came in this pack. You're the only fish in my sea. A pinch to grow an inch. Sorry I was crabby. You whaled it. Happy birthday. And the one that I chose today was You're Jawsome. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my You're Jawsome sentiment ready and stamped up here to create my sentiment on my card. This was the first time I was using this set, so that's why I did a sample stamp on the side there to make sure that I had a good image. All right, we're going to go ahead and get this die cut out then. I did use these little flag dies, also from My Favorite Things that I had received, and just finding the right one that fits, and then we'll get that die cut out as well. Again, using my little baby Sizzix. You can see by my cutting plates there, it's already seen its use, and it's only been with me for a few days. All right, so I got my sentiment die cut out there, and I like the popping up effect with the pop dots, so I am going to go ahead and pop up my sentiment as well. You can see on the back there, I tried to use for something else, but I like to reuse my paper, so I saved that piece and put it to good use on this card. And there we have our little sentiment and our Ocean Scene Z Fold card. Looks cute. This is our original example, the double Z fold card, which you see there, and I'll show you a little bit how to create that extra double Z part. So I was looking at this card, and I think it could absolutely be finished, but I wanted to add a little bit more something to it. So I've got out my Nuvo Jewel drops, and I'm just putting in a couple of drops here to look like bubbles from the fish that are coming up. This particular Nuvo is a clear one, and it is going to dry translucent. So they're kind of hard to see on there, but they are there. Still thinking it was a little plain, I went and I grabbed my Nuvo glitter marker, the green one, and I just added some glitter. Kind of hard to see again in the video in a little bit. You might be able to see it when I move the card around, but I just added some glitter to the 3 green pieces that are at the bottom of my seafloor there, just to give it another little pop of something on the card. again. There we go. So I now think my card is complete. I hope you like it. All right, so there's our base Z card, but you see on my other sample that it has that extra line, and that's what makes it then a double Z card. So this is really easy to add. You're just going to take a strip, and that strip can be any size, and you're going to fold it in half, and then you're going to do just like you did to the card base and fold that top piece in half again. And then you'll see that you have what looks very similar to your card base. Lays right on top there and open just like the turtle one does. The easiest way I've found to adhere this down is to keep it all closed up, put adhesive on the back of that strip, and again, your Z-fold card in the closed up position and lay it right where you want, and it adheres then very nicely, and the card still opens real nice and smooth for you. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Feel free to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook at LR Designs. Hope you have a great day.